Donald John Trump may think he can run the country on Twitter while daydreaming of taxpayer-funded jaunts to his private golf clubs, but he needs to wise up. We don't need a good shutdown. We need a good leader. And if he continues and isn't prepared to get serious, he needs to get out of the way. And as my colleague, Congressman McGovern, said yesterday, rather than a shutdown, the president ought to shut his mouth. I'll put it another way from the vernacular, zip his lip, or put that Twitter off somewhere on the side and let birds tweet while he talks sensibly to the American people. Maybe the president thinks that if the government shuts down, people suddenly don't need to pay taxes and that national parks become free. Maybe he thinks that if the government shuts down, if we have a good government shutdown, every regulation suddenly stops and corporations are free to run wild without complying to clean water or clean air standards. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't think everybody else around here knows what he's thinking. I'm not even certain he knows what he's thinking. And to be honest, I'd be afraid to see what's going on in his head. But here's what I do know. According to the financial ratings agency Standard & Poor's, the 2013 government shutdown cost the United States, the American people, $24 billion. According to a report from the Council of Economic Advisors, it sidetracked the creation of as many as 120,000 jobs. I hope you're listening, because these aren't alternative facts. The furloughs amounted to more than 5.5 million days worth of federal employment lost, spread across dozens of agencies. Businesses that relied on tourism lost out on more than $500 million. The Small Business Administration couldn't process some 700 applications for $140 million in small business loans. According to the U.S. Travel Association, the 16-day shutdown cost $152 million per day in lost travel spending. According to CNBC, 2 weeks into the last shutdown, the Internal Revenue Service reported a backlog of 1.2 million verification requests that could not be processed. Mr. Speaker, we don't need a good government shutdown. We don't need a shutdown at all. Mr. Speaker, we just got through a 7-month negotiation to keep the government open. Naturally, the media picked up on the fact that Donald Trump got virtually none of his priorities. When the report started to air, he threw a political tantrum and took to Twitter to undermine the compromise. I'll be honest at this point, it's nothing new, so it shouldn't surprise anyone, nor should the backlash that ensued or his sudden change of heart in just a few hours. Donald John Trump went from condemning the deal and whining about the rules of the Senate to hailing it as a great compromise. I must have missed that chapter in his art of the deal. So let's leave it at this. We need to do more, not less, to strengthen our communities and keep working families. I urge President Donald John Trump to move past the campaign rhetoric and get serious. I hope you're listening, sir, because you can put that in a tweet.